Now, as the great lion Mufasa once said, if you look at the stars, those who've gone before you will be looking down to guide you. And thanks to a new service about to launch, that could well be the case. Kiwi company Stardust ME is selling spots on board satellites for people's ashes to be taken to space. It'll set you back around $3,000 and will remain in space for the life cycle of the satellite. At that point, it'll then plummet back to Earth and burn up in the atmosphere. Well, the man behind this idea, Stu Potter, joins us now. Kia ora, Stu. Thanks very much for chatting with us tonight. How on earth did this idea come about?
Well, Ingrid, it was an annual family camping trip that we do up the coast in Tairāwhiti in the Nota Bay. Stargazing and just a few conversations with a friend that works as an engineer, which led to conversations around sending ashes into the stars.
Okay, so just very briefly, how would this work? People get cremated and then what happens from there?
So people get cremated. We have a partnership that's with the Funeral Directors Association New Zealand, so they talk to their funeral director. If they're looking at cremation, then they can have a conversation around sending their ashes into the stars. And then from there, we send out a token, which is engraved with the person's inscription and name, and that gets sent to the States, which are then hooked onto our SpaceX modules and sent into the stars on a satellite, which we can track for up to 10 years.
It sounds all quite simple the way you lay it out like that. Nonetheless, it's a remarkable idea. You've announced this today. What has the interest been like so far?
Well, I was hoping to have a demo version to show you, but I actually sold my demo 2 days ago. So a family has acquired that in Gisborne. So right from the get-go, we've had remarkable interest and even getting interest from the States and overseas.
And what happens once the satellite, so it goes up on a satellite, it's orbiting for the life of the satellite, about 10 years. What happens from then?
Yep, so it orbits the world. We connect through third-party GPS tracking systems, and we can do that in real time. And that allows you, well, the whole family, doesn't matter where you're based in the world, to connect with your loved ones in space. In fact, you can watch the satellite go overhead at certain times. And once the satellite loses orbit, it will burn up on re-entry. So there's no space junk left up in space. So that was a big part of our policy around sustainability.
Yeah. And so when that happens, are you literally turning into a shooting star as you come back through the atmosphere?
You're literally turning into a shooting star, and as we all know, the atoms that make up your body are also the same atoms that make up stars. That's where the name Stardust ME came from.
Wow, it's strangely poetic, isn't it? Hey, that is a really interesting idea. Thank you so much for explaining it to us, Stu.
Thanks, Ingrid.